guys, Gabby Gallaga here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are in the month of June, so the weather's getting warmer, things are opening back up again, and I do want to wish all my LGBTQ friends out there happy Pride Month. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe, click the like button, click the alert button, so every time a new video comes up, you will be the first to know about it. If you feel like this will benefit any of your friends, family members, feel free to share as well. Sharing is caring, and I'm sure they'll appreciate the content. So today we're going to talk about another way you can make a little extra income. Now, this is probably a very popular way to go about it, just because I've been seeing a lot of promotion on social media and a lot of people talking about it. And what I'm referring to is selling on Amazon. So there's a few ways you can sell on Amazon. You can sell through Amazon FBA, Amazon FBM. So the difference is that Amazon FBA, Amazon takes care of everything for you. All you have to do is just ship your product, and they take care of the, all the customer service, returns, etc. Amazon FBM, you would be the person in charge of the shipping and the packaging and all that fun stuff. Now, there's a few steps. Now, I do want to, the whole purpose of this video is to give information as to how Amazon works, because not a lot of people are familiar with this. They hear it, they hear people talk about promoting, selling products on Amazon, you'll make tons of money, etc. And I mean, even though that can be true, I do want to say things that some YouTubers tend to not say. They tend to leave some information out just because they want to, kind of like make it sound fun and easy. In reality, it's not all that fun and easy, but it can be worth it. So it really depends on a few factors. So this video will be about my experience selling on Amazon. I have sold on Amazon in the past, and it was a tough journey because there's so many steps. No one really coaches you through it. There are people that will promote services on how, to sell on Amazon. They will coach you through it, and obviously they will charge you a fee. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to reach out to some people and, you can get started on that road. Now, let's go ahead and break it down for you guys. So the first thing you want to do if you want to sell on Amazon is finding a product. So this is the key component to being successful on Amazon. I cannot stress enough on how that is important. Simply because if you don't find the right product, you're not going to sell. So people are constantly on Amazon. Like tons of people are shopping on Amazon, especially right now with COVID. Everyone's home. No one has any, no one's going out. So what do they turn to? They turn to the internet. So they want to be able to have a wide selection of things. So Amazon is the place to go. I cannot stress enough how many times I've seen the UPS truck drive by my house, FedEx, even some Amazon trucks. So, I mean, people are always shopping. And that's a good thing, right? It helps the economy, and it helps people who are trying to sell on Amazon. So before you get started on Amazon, think of what you want to sell. What product do you feel would benefit? Now, there's a few ways you can go about this. You can take a guess. You can sell whatever you feel you might purchase, but that's probably not the smartest way to go, because nothing guarantees you that that's something that's trending or something that will be successful. Now, there's a few softwares that you can download. Jungle Scout is one of them, and it basically tells you what products are being sold on Amazon, what the competition rankage is, like how competitive is that product, how much has it been sold for, and how much that seller is making. So that's probably an easier way to go, because you know which product to target. That will help you narrow down your options and decide if that would be a good seller or not. Keep in mind that you do want to go for something that is selling well, but competition is low. Even then, if you want to take that risk and go for high competition, you're gonna have to sell a product that's really unique, but similar to what others are selling, or just know how to sell your product. Just be a really good seller. Know how to, promote your services, promote your product on Amazon. So after finding your product, you want to make sure that you know where to purchase the product. So a common place that you can go to is Aliexpress. Now, Aliexpress is a website where you can communicate with all these Chinese companies that can sell your product for a cheaper price. And that's usually how most people on Amazon do it. They reach out to these Chinese manufacturers, they get the items in bulk, and they sell it at a retail price. Now, when I tried this, I didn't try Jungle Scout. I didn't try any software. I just saw that a lot of people were promoting what was this strapless bra at the time. And I saw that people seemed intrigued. And I thought to myself, hey, that's something I would like to have. Maybe I can promote it and sell it. Well, I did sell this bra. I purchased it on Aliexpress. I spoke to a Chinese manufacturer. It was very cheap when I purchased it on Aliexpress. So when you go on Aliexpress, you become overwhelmed with options because there's so many. If you type in the product that you're trying to search for, a ton of sellers come up. So you just kind of want to go based on the feedback, ratings, comments of other people that have purchased from them, and just to make sure that they are legit and that they are not going to A, rip you off, and B, not sell you something too expensive, right? So it has to be reasonable. So I found the person who I was the seller, the representative of the company, who was communicating back and forth with me, and she basically was giving me different options. So the more I purchased, the less the items would cost me. Obviously, you would have to purchase in bulk. Now, you will have to negotiate prices. It is possible to negotiate the prices. So if you decide that you really do want to purchase from this manufacturer, my advice to you is try to narrow it down to the top 3 manufacturers that you are convinced that you are willing to work with. Now, before you purchase in bulk, make sure you request a sample. So very important, you have to ask for a sample, because if you don't request a sample, how do you know what it is that you're selling? So once you purchase a sample from them, test it out. Once you receive it at home, test it out. Is it something that you feel you would buy yourself? Is it something that you see other people buying? Does the material seem resistant? Does it seem like it's gonna last? Is it worth the price you're purchasing? Like, you have to take all these factors into consideration before you decide on purchasing in bulk. So let's say you found the product, you tested it out, you like it, and you want to sell it. So you're gonna have to talk to the manufacturer and negotiate prices. Say, okay, I'm going to purchase 200 pieces, but I'm willing to work with this price range. Now, I will create another video that will branch out in this topic. So if this is a route you want to go, I will show you guys tips on how to negotiate with the manufacturers to bring down the price. So that way you don't have to pay too much and still give you a little buffer zone to create a profit from whatever it is that you're selling. So after you purchase in bulk, you have to decide, do you want to ship it to Amazon and have Amazon put everything together for you and take care of it from there? In that event, you would have to give the manufacturer Amazon's address and they'll ship it to them. Or you can have them ship it to you, you put it together and you ship it to Amazon. I personally decided to do it myself because since it was my first purchase, it was the first time I was doing this, I had no idea what was what I was getting into. So I decided to have the products shipped to me. When I received the products, I received everything separate. So I received the bras all packaged up individually in little bags. And I also received the boxes. So the boxes were flat. So I had to fold all the boxes. Mind you, I purchased 200 pieces of these bras. So I had to fold these boxes, and I had to put the sticker of the sizes of the bras, and I had to circle the color of the bra within the box, and I had to separate it. So once I had all my blacks, all my A's, B's, C's, etc., I had tan and black. So I try to just keep 2 colors but different sizes. So if you're going to choose something with clothing or something that's going to require a size, keep that in mind. You will have to purchase a handful of them. So that was one thing I had to worry about. Now, another thing, after receiving them, I had to take measurements. I had to purchase a small scale and weigh my box. So I had to weigh the box, see how much it weighed, and I had to take the measurements, length, width, height, etc. And because Amazon is going to want to know that ahead of time. So when you create your Amazon seller page, you need to add those details. The person who will be purchasing your item, your customer, they're going to want to know what it is they're purchasing, how big it is, all that good stuff. So it's also going to play a role when they're purchasing the item. It's going to determine the shipment and all that good stuff. So that is another thing you have to keep in mind. You're going to need a little scale, or at least access to a scale, because you will even eventually, if you're putting everything together at home and you're going to ship it over to Amazon, you're going to need to weigh the whole box of everything you're shipping to Amazon. Obviously, because you're going to purchase a shipping label and they need to know the dimensions and the weight of the box. So another thing that you can also do, which I also tried doing, is instead of purchasing items from Aliexpress or someone similar, you can even flip products. Now, what I mean by that is, so for example, I went to Ross and I purchased this Daphne water dispenser with a gold rim. It's beautiful glass. I was a little sketchy about purchasing it because it was glass. You want to stay away from glass as much as possible because you don't know what can happen during the shipping process. It can arrive broken, cracked, etc., and then they return it and you have to give them their money back. Now, when I went to Ross and I saw this, when I had the Amazon seller account, they have this little barcode. If you download the app on your phone, they have this barcode where you can go to stores and you can scan items and it will tell you the value on Amazon. So when I went to Ross, I saw this beautiful Daphne water dispenser. So I scanned it, and at Ross, it cost me $30. On Amazon, it cost $120. So that's a $90 profit. So I said, hey, this is a really good investment. So I purchased that, and I went around the store and I was scanning items, and anything that I thought would sell on Amazon, it would make me a profit, I would purchase. So I tried to purchase at the least amount of money, the least amount of products, just to test out the waters, just to see if it would work out for me. And it actually did. I say that for me, flipping products on Amazon probably made a better profit than purchasing on Aliexpress. Then again, because I didn't do my research on products. But if you find the right product and it sells great, you most likely be very successful on Amazon. You just have to kind of know what you're doing and, just do your research. Another thing you would have to do is you have to purchase barcodes. Now, this was probably 2-3 years ago when I did the Amazon FBA, I had to purchase barcodes, and Amazon didn't care. As long as you had a barcode on your item, they could care less where you got the barcode from as long as it had a barcode on it. Now, when I purchased my products on Amazon, when I purchased the barcode, I received hundreds of barcodes. I was able to download them. I purchased labels and I printed them. And the barcode cost me like $10 for my products because I had to have a different barcode for a different size, different color, etc. And just recently, Amazon changed that. Amazon now wants you to purchase a barcode from a specific company that they're working with. And if I'm not mistaken, it's about $100. So you spend about $100 to purchase the barcode and you stamp it onto your products and it sells. Next, you're going to need to create an Amazon seller page. So in your Amazon sellers page, you're going to have to be computer savvy. I knew nothing of coding. I had to do a ton of YouTubing. I had to educate myself on how to work with the codes because your seller's page is what's gonna sell your product. If your product doesn't look catchy on Amazon, people are not gonna wanna buy it. So Amazon is very particular about the background. The product, you have to take pictures of your product and the background has to be completely white. And when you put it on your seller's page, you have to have the dimensions, you have to have a very catchy selling phrase. You have to sell your product through Amazon. So no one's gonna hear you, no one's gonna see you. You have to type it out, use the best, words, phrases that you want to use, but make it sell itself. I did see, as I was looking for examples on Amazon, I saw a few pages that were competing with each other and they were being a little unprofessional. I have no idea how they sold, but don't do that. Stay as professional as possible. Focus on your product, focus on your item, sell it yourself, sell it as best as you can. Learning the coding is going to help with the little details, like the parentheses and the hyphens and the little dots, the spaces, the numbering, little things like that is going to play a role. Links, stuff like that. So do your research. So I suggest YouTube these videos so that way you can become familiar on the coding and know how to put it together. Amazon, as well as any other online store or social media, they're constantly updating their program, so they're making it much more user-friendly and they're adding new features. So just go ahead and do your research before you take these steps because it's time-consuming, it can be stressful. Just make sure you do your research ahead of time if this is the route you would like to go. After you create your Amazon page, you want to go ahead and enter all of the personal info. Like you have to come up with your store name. You have to enter your tax information. You have to enter your bank information because Amazon, if you're going to go through the Amazon FBA seller option, Amazon is going to be charging you a fee to be an FBA seller. On top of that, they will be it's fees after fees after fees after fees. So you want to make sure that whatever product you're selling, try to keep it at minimum $10. Don't sell anything below $10 because if you go under $10, you're really not going to make much of a profit. You're going to go through all this work, all this stress for nothing, and you will hardly see anything. So if you try to stick with $10 or more, that's ideally what your profit margin will start to, be a little more reasonable. But if you don't do more than $10, it's not worth it. So you do want to keep in mind a few things. So one of the most common fees that Amazon will be charging you for are storage fees. So Amazon will charge you per square footage. So if your item is a very big item and it's sitting on the warehouse for a very long time, you're also going to be charged long-term fees. So if your item is sitting there on the shelf for a very, 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 very long time, it's going to get expensive. You're not going to make any money and you're just paying Amazon to keep your items sitting on their shelves. So you want to make sure that start with something small, you know, something that doesn't take up a lot of space, something that you see that you know will profit you. So it's constantly selling off the shelf and it's not just sitting there. So let's say you just want to, you're done. You don't want to keep selling on Amazon and you just want to get rid of the product. So you just, whatever's sitting on the shelf, just let it sell itself, right? But what if you see that it's just sitting there too long and Amazon keeps charging you fees? Well, there is a time frame. So Amazon will give you a certain time limit for you to sell those items. If they do not sell, they will give you the option. Do you want us to destroy the item or do you want us to ship it to your home? If you want it destroyed, they will charge you a fee per item they're destroying. If you want to have it shipped to your home, they will charge you a fee to have it shipped to your home. But that is entirely up to you. If you feel you can sell that item from home and instead of keeping it on Amazon, there are other ways you can sell it. You can sell it on eBay. You can have a garage sale. You can promote, you know, you can go on social media and you can promote it yourself from your end and sell it directly. OfferUp, Let Go, you know, places like that you can just get rid of it instead of having to pay those additional Amazon fees. Another fee that Amazon will charge you for is what they call pay per click. So that's like sponsoring your product almost. So they will promote your product on similar pages. If a person is searching for strapless bra and they type in strapless bra, your item will pop up. So when it does, it's gonna say sponsor at the top. If the person clicks on it, Amazon will charge you a fee for that. If the person does not click on it, you don't have to worry because Amazon will not. But you do have that option that if that person clicks on your item and they like it, they will purchase it. So at that point, that pay-per-click method will become worth it. If you don't make a sale, well, that's just money out of your pocket. Amazon does pay you every 2 weeks. At the time there was a minimum. I'm not sure if there is now, but there's a minimum before they pay you out. Once you add your bank information on your seller's page, your payments will go straight to your bank account as direct deposit. And for any money that you owe Amazon in either fees or returns, they will take it out of your bank account. So that is just something you want to keep in mind. It's something that you have to constantly monitor. It is a business. When you open an Amazon seller's page, it is a business and you have to treat it as such because you have to be on top of what's money coming in and money coming out. If you don't check it on a daily basis, it could be at least once a day, just so you can be on top of things and know what's going on. If you don't check it and you don't realize what's going on with your inventory, you could be losing a ton of money if you're not selling anything and you're unaware. So to avoid all of that, check it every single day. And hopefully, I wish everyone success. Anyone who wants to take this route, I wish you the best. Take my advice. Do your research because not a lot of people do. I'm one of them. I should have done my research. I did sell a handful of my products. I cannot say that through these bras, I managed to make a really good profit. I think I actually evened out. I didn't really make much of a profit. I don't know if it was because there was too much competition, because at the time, these bras were the thing. So everyone was buying them everywhere. So I'm not sure what it could have been, but I don't want you guys to make the same mistake, which is why I'm emphasizing, please do your research. If you decide you don't want to do Amazon anymore, you want to make sure you clear your inventory from Amazon, take all your products out of Amazon, and 14 days after you've done that, Amazon will, if they see that there's no remaining balance, they can go ahead and successfully close your account. Now, the reason they wait a certain amount of time is because there's still customers that have the opportunity for a return. So if they don't return anything, Amazon will say, okay, you're good to go. We can close your account and we will not charge you any more fees. But if you do not close your account or submit a request to close your account and you have inventory sitting there, they're going to keep charging and charging. So make sure that you know that you have to put it on your calendar if you have to. contact Amazon. I either destroy my inventory or ship it back to me, close my seller's account, and just play the waiting game. Check every single day to make sure that there are no returns and nothing is pending. Once it closes, whew, you're done with Amazon. But if you're successful and you see that there's a trend, that things are growing, keep adding. Do not spend that money. The money that you're making as a profit, invest it towards more product, because the more inventory you have and the more successful your business is, the more money you're going to be making. But if you feel like you need it, then okay. But just keep in mind that if you run out of inventory, you can face some, stressful problems, because you'll have customers looking for more. You're not going to be making any money, and then you're going to have to get money out of your own pocket to purchase more inventory. It just becomes a mess. So try to avoid all that hassle and think ahead, plan it, set your goals. I hope that this information was very helpful and useful to you guys. I hope that I laid it out as simple as possible. Keep in mind, this is something that I personally experienced, something I personally have done. Not a lot of YouTubers will tell you the truth or tell you everything, or at least whatever's in between the lines, because they want to make it sound so pretty, and they want to, I guess for them, things have been successful, but not everyone succeeds. And unfortunately, my story was one of the ones that didn't succeed. I might consider trying Amazon in the future. I will do my research, lesson learned. I will know what I'm investing my money into, and hopefully I succeed as well. So for now, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, click the thumbs up. Please feel free, share the video. I will see you guys in my next video on next Saturday, and leave a comment below if there are any suggestions, anything you guys want me to make any content on, anything you guys want to hear or know more about. Let me know, and I'll make sure I make a video about that. Thanks, guys.